still hear me and see me. Oh, yes, I'm back. Yeah, we lost the internet. Also, just as my daughter was leaving anyway, so, bless her. She doesn't like being on camera at all, which I don't blame her. If it's not your thing, it's not your thing. So, there we are. Right, yeah. Again, cheap material. And if you are going to use cheap material, you are going to get a cheap finish on a very expensive shirt, and that really does annoy me so much. I can't stand the fashion industry. Hate it. Hate it with a passion. Because it's an illusion. They're selling you an illusion of a good product, having made it in a sweatshop in little Bangladesh. And it's a shame. It's the same shirt, right? I kid you not, it's the same shirt with just a different tag stitched on it. They're all made in the exact same way, the exact same crappy material. And it's awful. You know, I'd like to say that you would get a genuine leather bag from Italy. I'd be lying to you. Most likely made in Morocco. And I'm not joking. And yet, they've got the labels and they'll stitch them on, or they'll brand them into the leather with a styling tool. Nothing is as it seems on the label. It's a cheap copy of a copy. Until you end up with what you think is a genuine designer label thing. And it isn't. And it's awful. And you're being charged a fortune for something that is substandard and at best should be torched. I remember back in the day when you could buy a Bridge handbag. Now, if anybody is as old as me, will remember what a Bridge handbag, a Bridge briefcase, a Bridge wallet, purse, they were all made in Florence. Not anymore. In fact, I don't even know if Bridge is still going. But I used to have a Bridge bag, and I had a Texier that came from a family all the way out in Brittany, where they used to make the handbags out there. And it's a Texier handbag. Oh gosh, lovely. I also have handbags made by a company called Any. And it's a shame, man. It's an absolute crying shame that none of these bags are made in any of these countries anymore than made by the wallop, cheap as chips, in places where they're not clear, well, and it's wrong, right? They shouldn't be allowed to get away with it, and yet they do. I'm not sure if the same still stands for Prada and Gucci. But it's a shame, man. It really is. Because, you know, you think you're buying something of a little bit more quality. And you're not. Horses for courses, isn't it? Hello, hello, hello. Who is there? Sam! Sam, how are you doing? Are you alright? Welcome to the world of the fairy. I hope you'll enjoy your stay. And if you want to, you can always give us a like. And if you really like me, you can always give me a follow. Because we're always having adventures here. What should we talk about this afternoon? I think we should talk about John Carpenter. Yeah, we'll talk about John Carpenter and his crazy world that he lives in. Because he brought us Halloween, which in a few sweet, sweet months, it will be, won't it, my dears? We'll be having Halloween. Oh, how exciting. I can't wait, actually. I'm a big kid at heart. I love Halloween. I love getting all the sweeties for the children. And I love them trick-or-treating. They're so cute. We have some really tiny ones that live down our street. They're so gorgeous. And they're coming out in their little witches' dresses and their little ghosts. They're adorable. Come on. Yeah, let's get this sleeve done. How are we doing? How are we doing, everyone? You still hear me okay? Because we're having a few problems with the internet. I'm bouncing all over the place. Lovely. You know, this time last week I was going to Herculaneum. Having just visited Pompeii, might have actually been going to the restaurant Tiberius for something to eat before we started the next tour. It was very good. Excellent. I would definitely go again. I love Sorrento. I love Italy. Oh. Gosh, I thought it was a real person. Proves how much I know about the world, doesn't it? Blimey, when your shirts aren't made in the real place and your handbags aren't, of course, people can't be either. It's strange. Why do people do that? Why do they send out bots? Is it to try and trip you up? Ruin your channel? Is that what they're trying to do? I don't know. I don't understand it enough, I don't think. Do I want to give myself enough headspace to worry about that? Probably not today. Okie dokie. I trust your judgment. Another space note. More than you realise. Oh, okay. Gosh. You obviously see way more than I do. Gracious me. It's getting warmer in here, I think. There we are. That's better. Let's see where we are then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Ooh, not doing bad, guys. 18. So go on then, humour me. Why we sent bots? And we were talking about John Carpenter, so there we are. I can't recommend his films enough. In fact, I think I might actually treat myself to the director's cut of The Prince of Darkness, because it's one of my absolute favourites. I didn't appreciate it at the time when I was a youngster, because obviously I did not know enough about quantum physics, quarks, tachyons, nuons, muons, and the rest of it. Time travel and satanic devils in swirling green liquid underneath a church in Los Angeles. I did not appreciate that as a child, and I do now as an adult. Yes, quantum physics and horror should go hand in hand, as they did, and we ended up with The Prince of Darkness. And it is an excellent film. So I'm actually contemplating treating myself to the deluxe version for Halloween this year. Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Yes. In fact, I should probably get John Carpenter's trilogy, apocalyptic trilogy, which starts, of course, as we know, with The Thing, and it ends with In the Mouth of Madness. All three of those films are phenomenal. They are so good. I watched The Thing way too young. As I say, I had parents that did not give a tinker's toss what I watched on the television or a video, whatever. They just did not care. So you can imagine, growing up in the 80s, it was my playground. I got to see movies way too young. I mean, I must have been, 8 11, 12ish, maybe younger than that when I saw the thing. And I was way too young. Wow, it's going to live in my head rent free for the rest of my days. But I can't watch the thing and sit through the scene with the Huskies. And if you know, you know. It upsets me. Wow, that is enough to make me flip out and start screaming. It's so frightening. The scene with the Huskies, oh my giddy antis. Wow. Yeah, I can sit through the rest of the film, but the scene with the Husky, ooh, no. You know, you can just see them Huskies all talking to each other saying, there's something wrong with that one over there. Aye, right. Listen, if the Huskies were Yorkshire, right, in the thing, if the Huskies were Yorkshire, they'd be doing this, they'd be like, hey, kid, right, there's something right wrong with that one over there. Aye, give him a wide berth, lads. Don't go near him. No, he's a bit odd. Oh, go stand at foot of our stairs. Where's our dog handler? Oi. There's something wrong with this one. Not right. Aye. Hey up. We tried saying hey up to him and he don't answer. And that would be the Yorkshire version of the thing starring the Huskies. I'm just saying, there's something not right with him. Okay. So yeah, that would be my version of the thing in Yorkshire with the Huskies. And then before that Husky does what the Husky does to all the other Huskies, they'll be going, I'll stand up foot of our stairs and bark at that dog handler. Aye, there's something not right here. I don't know. I don't think I could do a Husky bark in Yorkshire. But they'll be going, hey up. There's something not right. He's going to eat us all. And then, well, it's just horrific. Yeah, it makes me want to cry when I think about it, to be honest. The rest of the film is absolutely fabulous. But it's just that one bit. I mean, have any of you ever seen a film or read a book that was not age appropriate? And you're like me, you grew up in 80s and everything was up for grabs, right? A whole kit and caboodle. You know, microwaves are just starting to come in and be really, really popular. Soda streams, waffle irons, waffle presses, them things. You know, and there you are with the VCR. Oh, weren't they the best? Going to the video store, right? Go to your local video store. It didn't have to be Blockbusters. It could be, you know, your local news agents and get some videos in and they'd hire them out. And I just remember that's how I first got to see John Carpenter's The Thing. Because my mum and dad had rented it out, and while they'd gone to sleep at night, I sneaked out of bed and sat downstairs in front room and watched The Thing. And like I said, it wasn't age appropriate. They didn't give a tinker's toss what I was watching. I love my dad. He's hilarious. And he just like let you watch whatever. And my mum wasn't interested, so happy days, I guess. I mean, before I'd gone to high school, I'd already seen the film Platoon, Full Metal Jacket, Apocalypse Now. You know, I had a great childhood. I'd seen Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead, all before I went to high school. And Return of the Living Dead, which is absolutely hilarious. It is an absolute 80s classic, that is. If you've not seen it, do yourself a favour, watch it. Return of the Living Dead is absolutely hilarious. It's so 80s, it's unreal. Oh, I've seen Phantasm as well. And you know, that's the one with the metal ball with the wings on it. Yeah? And that strange tall man who used to point a finger and shout, "Boy!" Yeah, I'd seen all that before I went to high school. I'd seen Friday the 13th. I'd seen Halloween. I'd seen Black Christmas. God, yeah, man. My childhood was not Care Bears. It was anything but. I mean, I loved the Care Bears. I watched the Care Bears. Rainbow Bright, She-Ra, He-Man, all those things. But I was also watching movies that were not age appropriate at all. And I was having a great time. Dario Argento, I was watching his films, you know. They were good. Suspiria. Oh, way before I should have watched it. Lucio Fulci, Zombie, right? That is the world's fattest zombie that ever lived, that was found on that boat. My God, man. Like, he must have been the zombie that ate everybody first and left scraps for all other zombies. I've never seen such a fat zombie in all my life. You know, if it was the end of the world, if it was zombies, it was werewolves. I'd seen The Howling before I was at high school as well. All these great films, screams at you of the 80s. I mean, Poltergeist, you know, Life Force. I actually didn't get to see Texas Chainsaw Massacre until I was 21 because that was bad in our country. It was banned, and I got to see it at a late night showing at an art house cinema. And that was the only way to get to see it, and blimey, I was not disappointed. I was not disappointed at all. I thought that was a fantastic film. Scared the pants off me. I mean, you know, I don't think I've been right since. So, you know, every time I hear a chainsaw, I want to go diving for cover. Because we get to hear a lot of them where I live, because obviously I live out in the sticks. And they're forever taking trees down or doing something with a chainsaw. I think right, that word got round that I'd been to see the movie, and now they're just firing up every time they see me, just because, you know, they want to put a little bit of tension in my life. Oh, that's what I think anyway. We're doing quite well, my darlings. We're almost at the bottom of the second bag. And there really doesn't look to be very much in the third. We shall see. I do enjoy chattering away to you all. I do. So what are the non-age appropriate films you lot got to see? I bet you were like me. It was Muppet Babies in the morning on kids' cartoon television, you know, Saturday morning, Going Live, that's what it was called, Going Live with Sarah Green. Oh, who was the other? Was it Philip Schofield? Could have been. Could have been Philip Schofield. Anyway, yeah, watching the Muppet Babies, and then at night I got to, like, I was watching whatever I could, you know. I mean, I was watching things like Conan the Barbarian, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Predator, films like that with him in, you know. And they were not for little kids. And I'm sat there watching them. I mean, Jean-Claude Van Damme in Bloodsport, watching that, you know. Frank Dukes, it was named on him, wasn't it? You know, the famous martial arts expert that Jean-Claude Van Damme portrayed in the film. And even the level of violence, I mean, you know, people were getting their arms and their legs ripped off. And yet, there I am, sat fascinated, watching it. Oh, hello, Jacob. Hello, Jacob. I think I've got your name. Did I say that right? Gosh, I hope so. Sometimes I struggle with names. How are you, my darling? Thank you for joining us. Oh, I'll be back in a moment. I'm just running out of water. Here I am. Sorry about that, my darlings. I had to... Hi. I'm back. I was just... had to go get some water. I mean, I watched loads of films in the 80s and read loads of stuff that I shouldn't have as well, but I was more into my videos when I was a kid. That's probably because I couldn't read, but there we are. We rectified that later on. Gracious me. I'm not going to take too long on these trousers. They're annoying me. There we go. That'll do. I'm happy at that. I'm contemplating getting a snack. Did I not change it? I'm sure I just changed the water. Yeah. Oh, it's gurgling. It's gurgling. It's having a moan at me. I remember watching Evil Dead. That was it, the one with Ash. Oh my god. Oh, that one will always be with me. You know, it's one of those iconic films that you can say, turn around and say, I watched it at the time, and